very fast because I have a meeting in 16 minutes. So thanks everyone for participating. We will be discussing on org health check and performance test. Just to understand the audience, how many of you are working as admin? You can reply on the chat as well. So this mostly designed today's presentation as it is admin group. So we are mostly focused on the admin level of thing of health check and performance test. Let's understand what is org health check. Org health check is the built-in tool with which we can check the health, and by check the health, we mostly try to understand the security features, and it also shows some vulnerability regarding if we have any third-party app exchange tools, and it also covers permission and other things. So with this health check window, we can understand easily the risk area, and it is very easy to find. If you go to setup and in quick find box, just click on health check. It will by default will come with this score and also the status. There will be group on which the security features has been applied. As an admin, you can set some values for your settings. For example, in this screen, we are seeing that for user level login attempt, as admin, we can change it or we can let it go for Salesforce by default. But one thing to keep in mind that it should not be only admin's decision, because every org is different, and depending on the dynamics of the org, dynamics of the user, and usability, this settings has to be defined. So anyways, from health check, as we see the risk areas, and it is also quite easy to fix it. One way is that fix risk, which on that button Salesforce does it in the background. But again, on fix risk or fix issues button should not be again only admin's decision, because the every setting should have some purpose, and it has to be discussed, or else the operations will hamper. The users can get different experience. So why do we do it, or when do we do it? Basically, we do it for to understand the health of the org. And there are two ways to define. One is reactive and preventive. That means we are doing it after some incident, or maybe based on some schedule. And proactive and predictive is mostly applicable for larger orgs where thousands of users are accessing, and in one scenario, which is kind of this proactive and predictive, is kind of mandatory if it is dealing with B2C cloud. So anyways, as I said, that reactive and preventive is based on frequency. Here we do do some fixing due to some malfunction, and we are having some schedule. And for proactive and predictive is based on the users, and it is a kind of continuous monitoring issue, where where we create some automated tool to give some set or more easily as from admin level it can be done by creating notifications. So if we define the baselines, and if anything comes beyond the baselines, it will automatically prompt the notification. And so that was mostly for org health check. And now we're going to performance test. Performance test in Salesforce, we usually have 5 concerns. One is the user experience. And this user experience is mostly due to this Lightning web pages, where from low internet connection, the page takes some time to get loaded compared to the classic pages. It is a multi-tenant environment, so the resources are always getting shared. And by resources, I'm saying the data center, RAM, and other things. And it can have some scheduling conflict. Same goes to data center. Other thing is the governor limit. That means we all know that Salesforce has limits almost in everywhere. And it is again imposed because it is a SaaS tool. So the resource gets shared. So sometimes a lot of functions run slow or gets timed out due to the governor limit. And in Salesforce, stress testing is prohibited. So we do the performance test to understand how our org is running in terms of user experience, in terms of stability, and how scalable or how adaptive it is for both from technological perspective and also from user adoption perspective. So it helps, this performance test helps us to understand what various what if type of scenario. And we usually do it first one before go live. I mean, it is recommended, and periodically at least twice a year, or before every major release on the Salesforce org. So how do we do it? We usually first start with define the test requirements. That means what needs to be tested. And then we prepare the test models. And very important is the selecting the test tool. And depending on the test requirements, the test tool can vary. For API governor limit or API performance tool is different compared to if we think about the user experience or load time or latency. So anyways, after selecting the tool, we usually prepare the test plan. And we will come to that test plan on the next slide. Then we prepare the test scripts and we run test. And important thing starts basically after getting the test result. At that point, we really do understand what are the optimization points, and or what are the areas of improvement, or what are the things should not be part of the org. For example, and some more thing we also get which is beyond our control. For example, from China, the Salesforce latency is so bad that 1 in every 3 user can browse at the same time or access Salesforce at the same time. Whereas in this is not experienced in other part of the world. It is also true that because in China there is no Salesforce data center, so the latency due to this Chinese firewall and other things is quite high. So In performance test, it is, as I said in the first box, is defined test requirements. So it is most important that what to measure. And yes, in one performance test, we can club up multiple things, but generally it is mostly we measure the four things. One is user experience. The other one is server-side metrics. The other is thinking aggregate and thinking time. It is the last point. Thinking time defines that if when we do testing or especially performance testing based on script and other things, this automated tools does the testing automatically, but in reality the users are not working as those automated tools. That's why in performance testing there are a few values we need to define, which is thinking time. That means on an average how much time user gives a pause between two operations. For example, case opening, case escalation, and so user usually opens a case, he reads, there are some times involved, then he decides, checks the knowledge base. If everything does not match, then it can be assigned to some other group, or it can be escalated to some other group. So these are the human factors. Those are the thinking time needs to be considered. And by default, the minimum thinking time has to be defined at 5 when performing performance test on Salesforce app, and 5 means 5 seconds. So Salesforce anticipates that between two operations, at least there will be 5 seconds of difference of human interaction. As I told earlier, we will come into a little bit more details on performance tests, how to prepare the plan, what are the elements of a test. So in Salesforce, the performance test can be done only on full sandbox, not even partial or any other kind of sandbox. And this testing has to be scheduled with Salesforce. Without scheduling, if anybody tries to perform a performance test, up to some extent the license can be revoked by Salesforce, because Salesforce schedules this test based on its capacity, and based on the Salesforce side, they do have to prepare a lot of resources just to support the performance test to get it successful, and to create the realistic scenarios. So to Salesforce, we need to submit a few documents, or basically there is an online form which needs to be filled up, and at least 2 weeks prior to the desired date of doing the performance test. So we have to provide them the description of the test, what are we going to test, and the record counts of objects in test. So for example, we want to test opportunity closed on per second. What could be the maximum? So related record we need to send, and also all the objects and related objects which could be part of the test. We have to inform Salesforce what are the test scripts. In fact, test scripts we need to send, and also define the test tools. There are some defined Salesforce test performance test tools, which are, many of them are App Exchange based, or many of them are free. And we have to inform Salesforce the testing date and time. So what on which date and at what time we would like to perform the performance test. And remember, it needs to be scheduled at least 2 weeks prior to the desired date and time. So let's have an example of performance test. We will share just testing the user login, and user is updating one record and user is logging out. So what are the things we are capturing here? On user login, we are capturing the login event. Then when the home page or dashboard or the last page user was working on that loads, we are capturing the lightning event. Then updating record, let's assume we are also capturing the Apex execution, and logout event also we are capturing at the end. So in a way, what are the other things we are capturing to test to get the test data? One is login key, user ID, and session ID, and altogether, when the Apex user updates that record, we are also getting the request ID. So only by performing only a simple thing, we are capturing at least 4 events and four type of IDs. Now, if the scenario is that, what is the maximum number of users this org can handle? For example, the org is having 200 user licenses. So for 200 user gets logged in and updates one record, how the performance of the org varies versus 20 user versus 100 user or versus 5 user, and again from could be different geolocations globally, could be from different time zone, and could be from different time of the day. So these 5 plus 5, these 5 events plus 5 IDs can be scrutinized from 5 different other dimensions to understand the performance. So that was mostly, yeah. So that was on a very high level view of performance test on Salesforce org. Thank you. India's.
Thank you. That was a very informational. Small things like org check and performance test can give us very valuable information. Org check is related to security check, and for performance test for valuable informations. These things are important for admins, but it's good to know for developers also. So thank you, Eusuf, for being with us and for your informative session. So our next topic is Einstein bot, and my colleague, Salesforce developer Iqbal Hossain, will demonstrate us through Einstein bot. Iqbal, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You can hear me?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I can hear. Thank you for being with us. So you can start your session now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. This is Iqbal Hossain. Today, my topic is Einstein bot, and I think Einstein bot is not a very simple thing, and it's not a small thing. It's actually huge if we want to implement it. Today, I will only show you how can we get Salesforce data in the Einstein chatbot through the flow action. Only get record, not any create record or update record, only get record. And we will see here how we get multiple records in the input basis. Okay. Firstly, I am showing you how it works. I mean, this is our customer community chatbot, and this is the min. Okay, fine. If I want to check the account, we can click the check account. Now it will ask me for the account name. Okay. I'm giving him account name, Salesforce 141. If someone plays the Call of Duty Modern Warfare, then he will be recognize it. Salesforce 141. Now we see what it will return us. Okay, fine. Okay. Now it has found two accounts in the environment in the same name. And here for the identification, I have put the account number. That's why we can differentiate it. These are two different accounts, but the name is the same, Task Force 141. Okay. Now I want to see the first one's information. Then I have to click it. It is. Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear.
Okay.
But your shared screen is something like typing. Is it?
Aren't you see my shared screen?
Yes.
Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, I am seeing. Wait a moment. I am searching for your account. Task Force 141.
Yeah.
Is it the latest?
Yeah. This one is Task Force 141. I have selected one Task Force 141. In my org, I have two Task Force 141 in the account. Here is one Task Force 141 and another Task Force 141. And in the chatbot, I have selected one. And the selected one's information is shown here. And the related list, only I have added the contact related list here, and it has two contact. Okay. If I go to the Task Force 141, it has two related contact. One name is John Price and another name is Simon Riley. Sorry, I think I am in another one. Simon Riley, not this one. I've selected another one. Sorry. This one, maybe. Yeah, this is John McTavish and the Gary Sanderson. And yes. And the contact related list is showing us the Gary Sanderson and John McTavish. If I click the Gary Sanderson, then the contact information will appear here. Now, how can we have to implement this? We can implement this even without coding. We can implement it with writing flows. Okay. Now, come to this point. This is my check account, and this is the dialog. How the dialog works? In the dialog, we can show the data and we can take the input and do so things. And this is the check account dialog. Here, what I have done. First, when I have checked this account, then it has sent me a message that hi, I can help with that. This is the message. And the second one is that it is taking from me the account name. And I have given the account name Task Force 141. Then it has saved in the variable account name text, and then it sent me a message that wait a moment, I'm searching for your account name. This is the variable calling in this message, and it show this the Task Force 141. This is here, and then I have selected the flow action, and in the flow I have taken the account name as input, and as output we're showing the message and the list of account. Multiple accounts will show if the same name, and if it comes one account, it doesn't mean any problem. It will show the one account. And how can this flow look like? This flow is very simple, and this is auto launch flow. Okay, this is the flow, the account lookup flow. What actually I have done in this flow, the get record. Okay, in the get record, I have taken the account name, and then I will return the all records on the basis of the account name. And I have created a list variable that will contain the record list, the multiple record list, which contains the ID field, account number, name, type field, and industry field, customer priority, and whatever you can put in this within the account, you can put this in the record variable. And this is the, of course, this should be contained the list. Okay, this is the collection variable. Now, what we have done here, we have checked a decision check. In the decision check, we have created whether the account is found or not found. If the account not found, then it will show us the message in the we will show this message in the assignment. Here is the assignment. The message accounts found. If the any account not found, then we will show it in another assignment. This is the another assignment, and here is the no matching account found here. Okay, that's fine. And in the decision, we will see that another is the account found and the account not found outcome. In the account found outcome, we have checked the list variable, whether it is null or not null. If it is null true, then it will go through the assignment account not found. Okay. Am I clear to you? Do you have any question on this with this flow? Anyone? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
I think we are fine now.
Okay. You have any question with this flow? Actually, how it working? Have you understood all?
I think we are all here. You can move forward.
Okay. Now it will show us the multiple account. I am doing this again. Check account. I've clicked in the check account. Now it is. It will take input from me. Okay, sometimes it can delay. I'm giving the name. Pick me, another company. Now what do we do? Show us. Yeah. As I input the Acme, it found only one account, and as there is no account number or the in the field of the account, so there is no value. So here is the variable outcome, and I have selected the Acme, and it will show the account information. Okay. Now, when it has given us the account information I have selected, and then it has go through the related contact, and it found no contact. Okay, fine. Another I am clicking it. Okay. Then Salesforce 141. Okay, here is the two account, and I am selecting one. Yeah, how this is working? How this is working? We'll show you here in the check account. First, you have to know that how the multiple account comes. Okay, how can we show the multiple account? Okay, we have a list variable here. Then we have checked the condition, if there is the account found or not found. Then we have, this is only for decoration. Okay, fine. And this is the matching accounts found. And then we set a question, select the account. Actually, this question, this part actually done from the reverse. Actually, input list is the list account. The list account is from the flow. This is the list account object list. And the action type is from list variable. Actually, we will grab our information from the list variable here. Then we have set the name and account number, what we are seeing here. Actually, when the account appears, then it was there, name and account number, just like this, task force 141 and 0000141. This is the account name, and this is the account number. This is how it's shown here. And when we select this account, then it actually which account we have selected is stored in the variable object account variable. Then what we do, then we have shown the account every information here on the basis of the related list, or basis of the list object variable. And then when it comes to the related list, then we will call another flow. We will call another flow. The flow is the related list contact lookup. And in this flow, we have taken the variable object account as an input, which contains the account ID, account name, everything we have returned from the flow through this variable. We have set in this variable when we have selected the account. Then we have set this as input, and then we have got on the basis of the account ID, we have got the list of the contacts, related list. Okay, fine. Now we will go through our contact related list flow. This is our contact related list flow. Okay, fine. This is a very simple flow, and it's also auto-launched flow. This is not any screen flow. We shouldn't use the screen flow here. We can use only auto-launch flow here. This is the best practice of the auto-launch flow. Okay, fine. Now here is the account ID field, and we have taken it through it a variable account ID. Now we have to see the variable, how this variable looks like. This is the account ID variable, and the data type of this variable is record, because it is stored. It will store the record, and its object is account, and it must be the available for input. Okay, fine. Now come to this. When we have this object type of variable, then we can select different fields from here. When you select the account ID dot, then we can select within the account object. Now we will select must be ID. It's the ID. Okay. Then it will search on the basis of the account ID. And where we found this account ID, we have found this account ID from here. This is the object variable. It holds the account ID and account other information. From it, we have got the account ID here, and as input we have set the account ID here. Then we will store all the information of the contact with in the list variable. Actually, it's called the collection variable in the flow, and the many of the field we can assign in the collection variable. Which field we need actually. Now, how the collection variable looks like. This is the list of contact variable. It must be the record variable, and we must check the allow multiple values collection, and the object should be the contact, and it's almost this option will be option should be checked available for output. If I don't bookmark on this checkbox, then it will not show in the output here. this is the list contacts variable is showing here, and from this list contact output variable, we save our local variable list contact object list, save the data. And from this object list, when we will check if the list contact object is less than 1, that means that it is returning no data, then it will send a message no data, no contact found. And if then it will redirect the main menu. And if it's actually equal or greater than 1, then it will show us this message. Here is the contact, and it will it will actually work from the reverse. Just like the input variable, it's called actually we can see the dynamic menu option. Okay, I have set it the button. We can also set the menu, and then it will show like main menu type. If we check the menu, then it will show these contacts or accounts just like this. Here we will show it will show the contact's name. As I have selected the buttons, that's why it has been it is showing like a button. And when we click the button, then it will show us the contact information. And from the related list, this information is actually coming from this list variable object, and we have selected contact here, and it extracting the value from the list variable object. Okay, fine. Now we can put call this variable in the message section. We can actually call like that's variable contact. Why is the variable contact? This is this variable, this object variable, and then we can directly put a dot and call the field. And with this field, when we can write, we can call this variable, then it will show us like this. And this is how we can get our multiple data and multiple record using the flow. We can also do it in the Apex call. We can also call the Apex action. We can write a bunch of code for that. And without, if anyone don't want to write any code, then he can or she can do it with the flow. This is how we can use the flow for grabbing the Salesforce data and show it in the chatbot. Okay, thank you very much. My today's session, I think I have only I have make this preparation for the flow. With the flow, another day I will show you the Apex action, and another new thing is here. Another action I am showing you. Another action is here available. This is called the select. I'm showing the action. Close. Yeah, is we can call that Apex action, flow action, same method object search. And another day I will show you one by one object search, Apex action, and send mail. Okay. If anyone have any question, feel free to ask, please. Cynthia, do you have any question on the flow? How this work?
I think you have explained it very clearly, so I do not have any question. But if our participants have any question, anyone, if you have any question, ask him. We do not have much time. We have a quiz session, so let it be quick.
Okay, if there's, I think there's no question, you can take the quiz.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Iqbal. I think that was a very good session from you. Einstein bot is also a very important thing. Small companies cannot afford much agents, so if you set questions like that and get information from Salesforce, then it will be very helpful for your business. So that was very interesting. So now, guys, we have a small quiz session just to test our knowledge. Nothing difficult. I will give you the link in chat. Join here. If they prompts you to log in, just log in or sign up with your Gmail. I'm posting you the link here. Please copy, click on the link I have given here in the chat. Then we'll start the quiz very soon.
I have a question. Is this link is working properly?
Yes, yes, the link is working properly.
It's still loading.
Only three participants have joined, so I am waiting for more. If anyone interested, please join quickly. Guys, join quickly. If you face any problem, let me know.
Participant link.
Saurabh Haldar, Rajan Kumar. Guys, are you joining?
Saying password user ID password is not showing correct. It's a problem. Actually, I think he clicked in the Twitter. No. It is. Have you set the username and password in the quiz link?
Yes. No.
So Rajan Kumar has written that he is unable to join. His user ID and password isn't showing correct. What do you think? Send the quiz link. I think